When I then kind of go further, I have to think about, okay, well, what does it actually all mean here in terms of this common application platform that we refer to as the common data model? And I'm going to bring up a slide here that's got an awful lot of information, so I'll just bring this up, and please do read whilst I'm speaking here. I think that's everything. The key point here is the common data model is at the beginning of our journey here, is not replacing all the tables, all the SQL databases that we have for the various CRM components and the various elements that make up operations. It's not replacing those. It's working in conjunction with. And so there's, in effect, a feeding solution whereby the common data model will bring together data from and records of information from all the various applications so that we can then utilize them in a common way and through basically, in effect, through a set of entities when we are working in a reporting or transactional form. So as I've been talking, hopefully you kind of consume that information. There's a lot here, and you will get these slides as well. But I just wanted to kind of highlight a few extra points here. So I started to talk about an entity, and I'm sure you're all familiar with what entities are, so I'll kind of go in that direction. But you've got the structures here that enables us to kind of build out this particular model of entities that spans all the various aspects that relate to Dynamics 365, enabling us to kind of work in a kind of a reporting way. Now, if you have started doing anything with Dynamics 365, you may already be starting to connect through to the common data model, so you'll already have started to build up an experience. That's going to broaden across operations and the whole host that is the business applications that is Dynamics 365. Now, importantly, okay, so we've got this new common data model that's going to sit by the side here, but we also have to bear in mind security. And I wanted to just highlight this, that the role-based security models that we're used to is going to be pertinent here. It is going to carry on through to this data as well, and the various aspects that are relevant for us. And what I wanted to just highlight here from a slide perspective is, just the bringing together of everything. And it's quite a busy little slide, and I sort of apologize for that, but it's quite a good one from highlighting the breadth of what we are now taking on board, way beyond what we've traditionally done with an ERP suite. Here we're kind of thinking about the Power Apps common data model on the right-hand side, drawing out a range of telemetry from via an event hub. You can see on the diagram there, trying to highlight I think that's a little power generator. But as I go through the process here, you can see when I'm thinking about operations, I'm thinking about resources, machine resources feeding through, read-only. I'm taking employee event and vendor information into this common data model. From the data model, I might be taking back status information. I can be relating it across and how I might be dealing with batches that we're familiar with. I'm not touching too much today on Microsoft Flow. I'm going to focus on Power Apps in just a moment. But there is obviously a natural overlap here with Flow, and Flow here will bring together, and hopefully you can see that sort of screenshot there that's highlighting the initial kind of perspective of how we may be connecting all these tasks together and building up the actual flow or workflow that is appropriate. But all this is kind of an example of how we're bringing the information together there for us, where the common data model is concerned, that's going to sit alongside us.